We're gonna go ahead and get into meat and potatoes of this video, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how to install your serpentine belt. Now I know you guys can already tell the drive belt is on the car, so that means that I'm gonna go back in time and insert some clips of me installing it. Trying to get a little better with these install videos so you guys can actually watch these videos and do what I do, and it'll be perfectly fine. I tried to mention all the tools that I use. I figure it is decent because I didn't have to use that many tools, so didn't get so confused. Hope you guys like it, and thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out. Okay guys, I thought I'd give you a little unboxing of what comes in the accessory drive belt kit. Obviously you can see FCP Euro in Connecticut. Parts from FCP Euro get here very quickly. I really like FCP Euro. I'm pretty sure you guys heard me say that before because of their lifetime warranty. So everything in this box, including this, is covered for life. So guys, this is the last belt that I will ever have to pay for on my 4 Series. Comes with the replacement bolt, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a genuine BMW bolt. The belt comes from Continental, same company makes the tires. It's a genuine bolt. Looks like it takes one of those lovely E-sockets. Has a washer on it. Here we have the piece that failed and shipped from a company, I want to say INA. It's the idler. This is the part number for that. Now FCP Euro, if you guys haven't figured this out now, is obviously not the brand. They create the packages and ship them out, which is very, very convenient. So you don't have to go source every part one by one. It comes in a kit. Oh wow, I don't think mine came with a cover, but this one does. So it's a cover for the nut. Now this is essentially what failed on the BMW. This piece right here, it just stopped spinning. You see this one spins. This one doesn't spin as freely as I thought it would. I guess as you get it in there and it you know, spins around a couple times, it will definitely get a little looser, just the power of the engine. Comes with a nice little cap. Like I said, this is what failed, and this caused the belt to break and slip off. And last but not least, this part is the tensioner by the same company, INA, drive belt tensioner. This part has not failed, however, it comes in a kit. It is fairly inexpensive, and I'd much rather replace all parts that come associated with this drive belt rather than to keep replacing the drive belt because this stopped working and then the drive belt snaps again. So both of these are brand new. This is the pulley for this. It's the same resistance as the other one, which is weird. Like I said, I guess when you put it in the car, it will adjust. And I think this is, after you install it, I think this is a set pin. Pin that sets it. Once we install the drive belt on, we should just be able to pop this pin out and it'll retract back as a really heavy duty spring, so be careful guys. And further on, if you guys just want to replace belts, obviously you would do it via this socket right here, or this size right here. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's a giant Torx. It's a Torx. It looks like maybe a T45 or T55. And yeah, so on to the install. Alright, so now we are under the hood. First thing first, I'm going to take my 1/4 inch socket, I'm going to take my 1/4 inch ratchet and a 6mm, and I'm going to loosen up the band clamp mass airflow sensor input. You just push down on the tab and it comes out ever so slightly. Let me just, there we go. Always remember to reconnect that. I always forget. Now this, to pull a vacuum hose off the intake, you just squeeze these 2 tabs and you go back and forth. So I had to pull very, very firmly on this, yank that off right here, have that sitting, And now 1, 2, 3, and this whole top section should be ready to come off with the exception of muscling this little piece out. So the groove. Alright. We have one more tab back here that I forgot. So there should be four metal tabs in total. We're gonna lift it up and look at that air filter that probably needs to be looked at and changed. This part we're gonna put in the trunk for now. So now we have that out of the way. This spins freely for the AC compressor. The alternator spins freely. Tensioner spins freely. And this seized up right here, the idler. And that pretty much does nothing. It just sits there and just, I guess, runs around the belt. This is the crank pulley, and that spins with the motor. So obviously it won't spin freely because it's driven by the motor. It's the driver, I guess you'd say, and the rest of the things are driven. Alright, so first course of action, I'm gonna go ahead and get the socket. I'm gonna get the Torx for this, and I'm gonna get the E-bolt for that. So guys, for the tensioner, we'll be using the E12, and for the idler, we'll be using a T45. Now this does fit a little loosely, so maybe a T50, I'll double check, but I'm gonna use T45, it seems like it works pretty good for me. Alright guys, so I'm not in the business to be wrestling, so I just brought the cheater bar, breaker bar, attached to a 3/8. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the E12 onto the attachment. Hopefully I have enough room here. It's looking like I'm not, so I might have to settle. We'll see. Let me see what I can. Let me move the AC compressor line out the way a little bit. Maybe I can sneak it in through the bottom. Loosen off. These things on there pretty tight. Finger loose. I'm gonna go ahead and just twist and remove. And this bolt we will be not reusing because we were supplied with one in the package. And we're gonna go ahead and wiggle this off, and the tensioner comes off like so. Now I said this tensioner isn't bad, however the kit replaces it, so we're gonna go ahead and swap it out. We're gonna have to muscle that out because enough room. Alright, yep, so had to muscle the T45 out. Oh wow, it's so tense, it just comes, it literally screws. So you guys can see, hopefully you can. It's completely locked in there. So this, guys, is the part that failed. You can look around it. See? In all its glory. Yeah, it just gave up. You can see all the plastic around, the rubber, plastic or whatever around it. It just gave. Oh. And I don't know if you guys, I could tell you guys, I could kind of tell this part I froze up because, hopefully I make it zoom in. You can kind of see the belt, like ending, rubbing off a little bit. It's a little crooked, but hey. Now it's time for the new part to go on, or the new parts to go on. And it's pretty much just installed in reverse order. And we're gonna slap the belt on, start it up, see what we did. All right, little comparison between the two, old and new. Realize one thing, this piece kind of came out a little bit. It's supposed to be a little more sunken in. We ain't gonna waste no time, we're just gonna go put it in. I Like I said, they're both the same. We are going to prep our handy dandy bolt. So we have this bolt. It is the E12. We're gonna go ahead and slide this through and push it down there and screw it on. All right, so we got it going in. So it'll look something like this. So there's a little slot, you put the tab in, it's gonna look a little cocked back like that until you relieve the tension. Just to let you guys know. If you look, some parts are smooth, and then if you look by the condenser, some parts are ridged. The smooth parts use the back of the belt, and the ridged parts use the front of the belt right here, whatever you wanna call it. This should help you install it, and I think this is an 8 rib belt. It kind of looked a little different from the original because it was shredded off a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and install the belt. It's not too hard, it doesn't go around a lot of things. Alright, so everything is tightened on. One thing I realized you have to be sure of, that this belt is all the way around the pulley, crank pulley, and the route you would run it is under the crank pulley, all the way straight down around the AC compressor. As soon as you get off the AC compressor, go down, flat side, off the idler, alternator, and then you got the tensioner. I'll post a link diagram down here, around here, what it's supposed to look like so you guys know if you got it right. Alright, so it's not as easy as you think to pull that pin out. So I'm gonna twist this. I put a T55 in here. I'm gonna push this down. I don't know if I could do it at the same time. I'm gonna push this down and pull out the pin and put some tension on this belt. So we go down enough so I could get that pin out. The pin is free, and we're gonna let it go. You guys can see, just do some tension on that belt, and the belt is completely on properly. We're gonna go ahead and give it a test run, make sure nothing doesn't explode in my face. That would suck, but hey, listen. Belt is in there. Everything looks like it's tight, and this concludes how the belt is gonna go in. I'm gonna go inside the car, give you guys a little bit of revs, and we're gonna be good. No more charger malfunction. And then that concludes to you guys how we install belt. Belt feeling like it's on that good, nice and tight.